Yes, 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 indeed. That's a pirate ship, you see. And I have with me, this is Uncle Vigilante, by the way, and I have Captain Draeth. This is his personal ship. He doesn't like to brag, but I'm going to brag for him. Isn't that a nice ship? Well, you know, maybe you can join Captain Draeth on this ship in January. We're going to talk about that. But in the meantime, I want to open this up, and maybe Captain Draeth can tell me the singer, but I saw this, which I think has become the official pirate song, and a couple of creative people put together two different videos, which I married together. So you're going to get the song twice because we want to give some people some time to get into the chat, but just enjoy it. And I want you to pay particular attention to when you see Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers flag, and you see all of the ships. That is what is called Gasparilla Parade, to where once a year, Tampa Bay celebrates the fact that Tampa was stormed by pirates, was founded by pirates. And on the 29th of January, they reenact it. So you have brigades of ships coming in, everybody dressed up like a pirate, and lots of little boats. And so what we're going to do is set a big ass hairy goal that we could pull together a privacy conference in Tampa around that time. And with the support of you, with the support of the entire privacy network, that we can end up getting a big ass boat like you see right there and storm Tampa Bay together as pirates, as people who are concerned about privacy and want to protect it. So you do have to learn the language, and it's real simple. Just one word. Arrr.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was privacy. The winds blew hard and fear dipped down, blow me, crypto boys blow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. She'd not been but 2 years from shore when her value it began to soar. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Before the boat had hit the water, bankers came but never caught her. All in sync we hid and fought, and then they began to know. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. No chain was cut, no block was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the pirates' creed and took those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. For fear days to be no more, the crypto sank, then rose once more. Coins were lost, yet we do endure, and still that system did go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the chain's not cut and the block's not gone. We pirates make our regular call, we're with the captain, the crew, and all. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry if that sounded distorted. Let's try
There
it again.
once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was privacy. The winds blew hard and fear dipped down, blow me, crypto boys blow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.
This is
She
so
knows
good.
in but 2 years from shore, when her value it began to soar, the captain called all hands and swore he'd take those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Before the boat had hit the water, bankers came but never caught her. All in sync we hid for them, then they began to know. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. No chain was cut, no block was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the pirates' greed and took those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Days be no more, the crypto sank, then rose once more. Coins were lost, yet we do endure, and still that system did go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. As far as I've heard, the
Ladies, welcome to the
that's not gone. We pirates make our regular call. We're with the captain, the crew, and all. When the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.
Man, oh man, I have one question for you, Captain Draeth. Did you pay anyone to do that?
Actually, that was done by one of our teammates, Low Fat Milk.
You know what? I just want to tell you, that is what this community is all about. That's what I'm finding this Arrr community is all about. You just have a lot of like-minded people that are cool. And so thumbs up to the creators of that, the voice behind that. It is just my favorite song. I had it playing in the background. My wife heard it and she said, "What is that song?" And I couldn't tell her. I said, "It's the Arrr pirate song." And she's like, "I can't get it out of my head." And I said, "Isn't it great?" She was like, "Yeah." So thumbs up. Welcome, Captain Draeth.
Thanks for having me.
Arrr. Yeah. Arrr. I tell you what, I'm so happy to be able to have you on because ever since I had I got together with Raphael this last weekend, and all credit goes to his cousins who live here in Tampa. And we were just sitting there enjoying, we could see the Tampa Bay and we're just talking and we started talking about Gasparilla. And Gasparilla, it is just amazing. If people search online for the Gasparilla Parade in Tampa, what happens is you just have, hundreds, if not thousands of boats storm Tampa Bay, and everybody is dressed as a pirate. You could not have anything, better made for an invasion of our pirates. So we tossed around the idea of putting together a privacy conference around the 29th of January. Tampa, not a bad destination to come, Northerners, Canadians, wherever you're from. It's kind of nice down here. And the thought would be to pull together a couple-day conference, have an opportunity for all of us pirates to get to know each other, all of us privacy coin holders, because pirates just don't have to hold Arrr. We're Monero. There are Monero pirates too. There are all kinds of pirates out there, but the idea is to come and just rally. And the fun part of it is we want to launch a support page to where all of us in the community, like I'll be the first one. I'll send $100 of my Arrr, or you could send whatever privacy coin that you have that you like and support, or multiple. And we're going to keep a running tally. And that visual is going to be, how big of a ship can we afford to be able to sail in? It's going to start, the visual's going to start with Huckleberry Finn's wooden raft, you know? And as we start to be able to get to a 30-footer, a 40-footer, long term, I have faith in us all that we're going to get that big ass armada and we're going to be able to storm Tampa Bay together. There will be flags, pirate flags. Everybody's going to be wondering what pirate flags are, and we'll know amongst us, all of us, that all of those people out there dressed up like pirates, they're not really pirates. It's only us. It's only us that hold Arrr. So anyway, that doesn't happen without you and your team creating this amazing project. So are you ready to dig in?
Oh, absolutely.
Good. This is not going to be like any interview that you've had, I promise. and don't let that scare you away. As a newbie, this channel is dedicated to newbies. A lot of us just, my moniker is, don't take what I say as sage counsel, because I don't know shit. But I have been, my crypto journey only started in January, and just organically, I started leaning privacy. And it started to make so much sense to me, because after going through this year of COVID and having my own battles where I'm battling the Druid Babylonian bastards in court over mask issue, I will tell you that I see the day, I see it very clearly, where we are all going to have a social score. And that social score is going to keep you from going into stores, perhaps getting on planes, perhaps, or perhaps even having access to your own cash in your bank accounts. I'm thinking that far ahead. So when I think about privacy, I'm not thinking about people conducting illicit behavior online. I'm talking about people who just want to be left alone, who want to engage with others, who want to engage in commerce. And your coin that you have created, from what I understand, is just about as private as you can get. And I'd like to first, if you'd give the newbies out there just a general overview of your project, the coin, then I want to peel back the layers of the onion a little bit. And I want to ask you kind of how it all started. But could you give us a general overview, Captain?
Sure thing. Yeah, so Pirate Chain, for the newbies out there, is a privacy coin that is probably the strongest in all of crypto, if not definitely the strongest in all of crypto. The reason being is because we utilize something called zero knowledge proofs. Now, what that is basically a super high level mathematical way to prove that something is true without exposing that actual thing. So to give you a very broad overview of how that works as compared to, say, Monero, you can look at it like this. It has like 11 cups flipped upside down on a table. You put $1 under one of them, mix it up, and then give it to the person you're sending it to. To the outside eye, there's 11 transactions there that it could be, but it's not impossible to figure out. But the person on the other end knows exactly what cup it's under. Whereas with Pirate Chain, it's like having $1 in my pocket, me looking at somebody being like, okay, let's transact, and then it disappears and it reappears in that other person's pocket. To the outside eye, it's like, okay, we know something happened, but I don't know who it happened with, how much it was, or anything. So because there's no metadata leakage from our chain. So literally, it's just like it just disappears and reappears, and nobody's the wiser.
So if I had $1 in my pocket and you didn't have $1 in your pocket, and we just kind of had this ESP thing going, and I gave you the little wink, poof, it appears in your pocket if that's what we both want, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
nobody else knows except like they know a transaction happened, but they don't know with who, with what, how much, nothing. They can't see account balances, anything like that.
right. Now that's very powerful. Unlike, would you walk through the process of if I wanted to send you a Bitcoin, what happens?
Yeah, so I would give you my address for Bitcoin. You would put that into your wallet for sending it to me, and then you would send it. Then from that point, it transacts with the network, and then everybody can see that you sent me Bitcoin if they knew that that was your address.
Okay.
Right?
All right. And I'm pretty sure that the people doing the blockchain analysis now are with all of the KYC at the exchanges, the know your customer. I'm pretty sure they're pretty good at determining who it is who's holding that Bitcoin if they wanted to, right?
Yeah, because they can find out your IP, things like that. Yeah, it's like some people say it's a surveillance coin at this point.
Yeah, it's a transparent surveillance coin. And interestingly enough, they talk about, and I love me some Bitcoin. I hold Bitcoin, but just to be able to speak to the power of pARRRty is, let's say that I have that I hold a Bitcoin right now, and for whatever reason, there is a trigger with the powers that be that they did some analysis and they realized that 6 transactions back, that coin was actually used to buy child porn somewhere. Okay. Now, that then becomes a tainted coin.
Yep.
That is a tainted person and a tainted coin. So good luck for that person ever getting on an exchange. They probably, we hope, get arrested. But the fact that is surveilled and they know that, it could be very possible that your coin becomes worthless because it is tainted. Now, you could go through that same path with R, but because it's not condoning any illicit behavior, but it's just saying that there's no risk whatsoever at any point in time of somebody declaring an R. Would it be a token or a coin? I need to get. Okay, the R coin. There's zero risk of anybody saying that is tainted. Hell, they're not going to know that you have it. Do I have that right?
Exactly. I can give you my address right now, and you couldn't see anything.
That's great. That's great. Well, and everybody watching this, we hope you too can give someone your address, because you need to hold R. It has been a wild ride. And, I've been going through what are called the shitcoin trials on my channel because I learned my lesson. I had a project on or a coin on, and I don't know anything, Captain. and somebody says, hey, you should have this person on, and I have the person on. And later I got a message from Raphael saying, you need to stop that shit. You're going to hurt people. And that made me stop in my tracks because that is way counter to my mission. And so I made the decision, you know what? I need to do my own research. Oh, because that's the other thing. He said, you need to do your own research. So I decided that, okay, guilty. I didn't do my research. I took someone else's opinion. So now what I'm doing is if somebody recommends a coin because I love privacy, I have an open invitation to anybody who has a privacy coin. I want you to come on and I want you to be able to walk through the questions that I present in my shitcoin trials. Now it's things like, well, I'll ask you, shit, we might as well get you on record,
Exactly.
you know? Because in the shitcoin trials, you are guilty before proven innocent, and by being proven innocent, that just means you persuade us that you're not a shitcoin. So the first one I have is, I want to understand what the utility or purpose is of Arrr.
Yeah, so the utility is essentially financial freedom, because without financial privacy, you cannot have financial freedom. When you have people, other agencies, nefarious people, whatever, spying on you and knowing exactly what you have and how much you have and all this other stuff, I mean, you're stuck, because any transaction you make is now surveilled.
Hmm.
Whereas, for example, Pirate Chain, it's complete anonymity and privacy. So nobody has what you have, nobody knows how much you spent and where, and everything like that. So one of the examples I love to give is, have you ever heard of civil forfeiture?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So as for those,
Stop.
yeah. So for those who don't know, civil forfeiture is the ability for for example, a police officer to just seize your money or your property without actually charging you with a crime.
Right.
And that happens all the time.
Yeah.
So they find out you have money, they can seize it. Whereas with Pirate Chain, good luck. I tell people I have 5R. Prove me wrong.
Right. Did I lose my video again? I'm sorry. Every time I hit my table, I lose it. Okay, now we can see each other again. I'll stay off of the table. So this is the only thing with Arrr that makes me go, is it is so damned good. Is it too good? Is it too good for the Druid Babylonian bastards? Because ultimately we need an off ramp, right? So we get our money into the system. Most of us, especially newbies, we figure out how to get our fiat from the bank onto an exchange to be able to invest in some coins and Bitcoin. And now we know with Arrr, there are several ways of being able to trade the Arrr. Bitcoin or other coins for Arrr, and there are other places that you can buy directly. We won't go into those, but ultimately, what's your answer to the question, what happens if the DBBs, the Druid Babylonian bastards, just say, hey, look, man, we know that Bitcoin was exchanged with Arrr, and I know you're trying to off-ramp it cleverly, but not going to happen. Could that ever happen? Or am I just, being...
Oh, that's why I use things like decentralized exchanges and atomic swaps and all that other fun stuff,
Okay.
because
Okay.
they could try to say that, but at the same time, how are they going to stop it? Because this is decentralized exchange or atomic swaps. There's nothing that anybody can do about that. Now,
Okay.
the other thing too is, instead of off ramping it, one of the main things that we're doing is building and the armada, which is a massive amount of stores, services, and things like that that actually accept Pirate Chain as a payment. I
Awesome.
mean, as of right now, I mean, there's over 100 something stores that accept Pirate, whether it's hosting services, merchandise, you name it. There's even a kebab place down in Charlotte, North Carolina, that accepts Pirate Chain as a payment. So it's absolutely amazing.
Okay, for that to go viral then, and now I'm putting on my day job hat, I know that for that to become real, to where no matter where I go in the country, I could have a fighting chance of them taking Arrr, that's going to take a lot of feet on the street to go out and actually pound on doors to be able to get merchants to be able to integrate Arrr, right?
Yes and no. For physical stores, yeah, that is true. One thing that we're trying to do as the BPSAA is create a payment gateway service that you can download on a phone and store owners can use, to
Awesome.
where it makes things super easy to accept crypto or even fiat and have the other person pay in whatever crypto they want that is listed on the app. For example, if the store owner wants to accept Bitcoin, right? Or actually say a stable coin, just so that they're semi-protected from fluctuations, right? I can go into that store and pay with Pirate Chain. My privacy is protected at that point, and nobody knows I made that transaction. And then through the back end, what happens is it gets converted to a stable coin and then sent to that store owner. So
Oh,
I have
beautiful.
my privacy, and then they have what they want. So
See,
that's
this is
something that
where
we're working on at the end of the year.
this is where it's going, guys. And I know, and I'm going to speak as an R holder, coin holder. I have you are by far my largest position, period. So your future is very important to me. That's why, I could say you have no bigger fan, but I'd have to fight a lot of other people for that position because I know everybody who is a pirate loves you. So this is the stuff that we want to hear because, as you know, you came out running and it went up to like $17, and then it came back down. And there's some people that bought on the way down, and it's like we need to slap ourselves in the face almost of just thinking so short term. And so because I have no doubt that within the year, this is going to be at $20. Now that's me talking, not you guys. This is not investment advice, but there is no doubt in my mind that it is going to be there, if not higher. What do I know? I don't know shit, but that is my instinct. And when you start talking about things like you're talking about, that's what we need to hear. So we need a little of that love of give us a little bit of vision of the projects and everything that you're working on, because I know it's hard to get you on because you're so damn busy. So give us a peek in the barrel, and I especially want you to hit on the subject of atomic swaps.
Yeah, so that payment gateway is going to be created by the BPSAA. So this way we can actually have that.
Can you tell us what the BPSAA is and what its utility is for the newbies?
Sure. So the BPSAA is the Blockchain Privacy, Security, and Adoption Alliance. Now, before the show, we were talking about how projects need to come together. And that was the main focus of the BPSAA when I founded it. And originally it started out as an idea between with Dream Tim and us and some of the crewmates and everything. And even going as far back as when we were at Pirates Week Festival in the Cayman Islands, I was talking with Wolf from Turtle Network about it. So anyways, basically we came together and we're like, we need to push adoption and privacy within the crypto sphere, because those are two of the major things that need to happen for mass adoption, So that's when we formed this whole coalition of projects. At this point in time, it's Pirate Chain, Turtle Network, Etho Protocol, Sentinel, Komodo, Ergo, Burst, Dragon Chain, and BitTube, and plus a slew of partners and such. And we're all basically.
What would one do that wanted to become a partner of that, to support that?
Yeah, they could just apply. For a partnership, they just apply. There's for a membership, it's a little bit different because we really, really critique the project.
Yeah,
make sure that they're a good fit for the BPSA in general. They fit our values and so forth.
Yeah,
and we all vote on that. And as far as partnerships go, if there's a value to be had with that partnership and going forward, absolutely.
Is it fair to say you're open to other privacy coins being part of?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, if Monero or anyone else, any other privacy coin were to apply tomorrow, we'd be like, yeah, absolutely. Let's pull you in for an interview and let's talk.
Awesome, because I'm going to ask that question because I have a couple more that I'm going to be interviewing. If they're going to be, make sure I don't screw it up. It's BPSSA.
BPSAA.
BPSAA. Yep. See, that's why I confirm. And is that then found at .com?
.vision. V as in Victor, ISION.
Okay. So I'm going to put people on the spot and I'm going to ask them if they know about it. And if not, why not? And if they do, have you applied? Because I think it's fantastic what you're doing. I mean, it's just taking it to the next level. And yeah. So that's excellent. Okay. Sorry, I interrupted you.
You're good. So that's one thing we're working on. Obviously atomic swaps. which is the ability to do cross-chain trading and stuff like that using an intermediary chain. Komodo has been doing work on that for several years now,
Hmm.
and finally has gotten to the point where Pirate Chain is actually able to be integrated into it, which nobody thought was possible beforehand until we realized.
Because of the Z.
Yep, because we're a fully private chain using shielded addresses only for P2P transactions, nobody thought it was possible to do that at that point in time, which it wasn't until the technology was developed for it. So,
Wow, that's so cool.
yeah.
That's so cool. So how quickly did the tech develop? Is that something like happened in the last 6 months or year, or is it like?
Yeah, last 6 months. Yeah, I would say about 6 months.
Okay, okay. If you don't mind me, I've been waiting to ask this question. And
Sure.
this may sound really freaking remedial, but I wake up now because all I think about is crypto. It's like mm, an addiction almost. It's just I love the crypto ecosystem. And I wonder, I'm like, how does someone like Pirate, what's the genesis? Can you please share how it started, what the original vision was? And I'm particularly interested in how do you operationalize it so that you actually have forward momentum. It's just not an idea. We all have a ton of great ideas, don't we, that never go anywhere. Yours went somewhere. So how?
So originally it started off as an idea in the Komodo from the Komodo team, because at one point they had private shielded addresses on their chain, but they also had transparent addresses.
Mm-hmm.
So JL, Gruel Satinder, Sosane, and a bunch of other guys from Komodo were like, let's see if we can actually make a chain that is only shielded addresses. And sure enough, it worked. So they're like, okay, let's keep going with this. Let's push this forward. Let's get a team together and let's manage this thing. And that's what they did. And at first it was funny because a lot of people are like, oh, we'll never get listed on an exchange, or we'll never be able to do this, because who's going to do that? Who's going to accept us on an exchange that is only private transactions and it's never been done before? Sure enough, we started moving forward with momentum on, getting listed on originally Digital Price, which ended up being Altsbit, getting listed on Trade Ogre and all those other cool places in the beginning, and then, getting a crew together to actually just push the project forward in general with marketing. Everyone's volunteers, everyone, like, for example, with me, I started off as just a nobody in the community. I just read the white paper. I saw the project in October 2018. The genesis was August 29th of 2018. So I spotted it a couple months after, read the white paper. I was like, oh, this looks really cool. So then, I started mining it, and then I started getting to know like the team and the community. And I'm like, this is somewhere that I feel like I need to be.
Wow.
This is something that just speaks to me.
Wow.
So I would join in on the community meetings and things like that, and I would just offer my assistance. And then I brought up the idea of creating a physical coin as like a memorabilia coin for the project. And the captain at the time, Fishy Guts, was like, "Yeah, absolutely, let's go for it. Let's do this." So, and he kind of nudged me in that direction to just go out on my own and actually create this thing, which turned out to be amazing. And I even started on my own store, which is still here today.
Oh,
So
how do people find it?
Oh, they can go to physicalcryptocoins.com.
Okay. So cool.
Yeah, I even made a 0.999 silver pirate chain coin. So I'll be making another version of that later this year too. So.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So after that,
can people pay with Arrr?
Oh, of course.
Absolutely. Nice. Okay, I had to ask.
Yeah, fun fact: I was actually one of the first stores to accept Pirate Chain as a payment.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So your involvement there was totally organic.
Yep, absolutely.
So
yeah.
you didn't get around a table with a bunch of dudes saying we're going to create a pump and dump coin.
Oh, hell no.
We're right. And it's kind of I'm asking it in jest, but there are coins out there to where that happens, where
every day
they pull together a narrative, and that's I'm starting to see other privacy coins pop up here and there, and I'm seeing a lot of comparison charts. And those comparison charts, they lean heavy a certain way, on paper anyway. And like, we're just a collection of the best. And through my conversations that I've had with a couple, what I have realized that when you're launching a project, it's like what I believe, and which is why I'm wanting to unite the tribes, is I believe every one of you that privacy is the end game, is the goal, that you want to protect us. We want to have financial freedom. Now, when you begin a project, and this is me not knowing shit, but when you begin a project, I'm certain you all kind of start down the same path. And then there are different decision points where you might use this tech versus this tech because you may use it because you have a long-term goal in mind that may not be the other person's long-term goal. Like maybe being able to ramp quickly, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know that by now. But is that true that it's not either or, it can be both and in those decisions? It's not like one is necessarily a bad decision. It just depends on the motive of that decision. Do I have that right?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that when you have stuff like, say, Monero and Pirate Chain and things like that, and we love Monero too. Like, we'll openly state that because we truly believe that there shouldn't be just one privacy coin out there.
Amen.
So when it comes to like all the differences between these privacy coins, for example, ZK Snarks is amazing, absolutely amazing. It's the strongest privacy protocol out there. However, it's not as fast. It's a lot heavier with the transactions and things like that. So there are trade-offs all the time. But if you want to go, like, what our goal was to go for maximum privacy.
Awesome.
That's why we go with ZK Snarks and or protected by delayed proof of work, and basically kind of picked all these things together that like basically make us as strong as possible, and then make us a real competitor with some of the bigger coins out there.
No, that's amazing, and that's you put your flag in the sand, so to speak, and you succeeded, what is the most challenging thing for you now?
Basically the most challenging thing is just finding people that actually truly understand ZK Snarks.
Okay.
And essentially have them audit our chain, because there's only a handful of people worldwide that actually fully understand ZK Snarks and the high level math behind it.
Wow.
So we get asked all the time about, when are you guys going to do an audit? When are you guys going to do an audit? And we're just like, well, we got to find somebody to do the audit first, And it's not easy to just find somebody. You can't just take somebody that did an audit on Monero and expect them to understand fully ZK Snarks.
Wow.
If you want a true audit to be done, you have to have some of the best and brightest minds in the industry to be able to audit, ZK Snarks and our chain and things like that. So
tell me about audits, because I'm hearing that a lot out there. What is an audit? What's its purpose?
Yeah, so an audit basically reviews all the code behind your chain, right? And goes through everything and finds vulnerabilities, finds anything possible that could be an issue or that is something negative or weak points in privacy or anything to that extent. So once that happens, once they complete the audit, they generate this, massive report that they give the project, which we can publish or, do whatever with, or obviously fix anything that could be potentially an issue and so forth, Like, for example, with Zcash, about, what was it, 4 years ago, when they integrated Sprout, right?
Yep.
Sprout was, better technology than was previously had, but the thing is that it had an inflation bug in it, And so once they realized that, after the code audit and everything like that, and then potential issues, they just quickly fixed everything and then also improved things as well and created sapling, which is, we started out as Sprout in the very, very beginning, but a couple months after launch, we were migrating over to sapling immediately.
Hmm.
We did like a turnstile type of audit for all the coins that were ever minted at that point in time. Came up, there was no extra coins that were minted, which is perfect. And then, continued on and went on with sapling. So those are the type of things that would happen if there were anything negative in that report that would be detrimental to the project.
Got it. Got it. So it's not that you don't want to have an audit. It's that it would be like, I have to think in pictures. So it'd be like Einstein first releasing the theory of relativity and then people giving him shit because he hasn't had it audited.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, who's going to audit it? It's like ground floor genius. So I see the difficulty in that. It's almost like you have to self audit, right?
Who's going to self audit? Like, for example, with me, I'm not a developer, so it's like, for me to understand that, it's just like a foreign language to me that I could never understand. It's just that high level mathematics behind ZK snarks.
Okay, so I will bet you 40,000 Arrr that when it comes to all of this coding and everything, that you're way smarter than me. I don't want to take that bet, but I'm really curious. Like, what did you do? Seriously, rewind back to like when you're 12, 13, 14. Were you into coding and computers, or what started you down this path of just getting so good at this stuff?
Actually, I used to be a programmer back in the day. I took 3 years of C++, a little bit of Java, a little bit of HTML, and things like that, and a little bit of Python. But long story short, I quit because of a semicolon. It's a really long story, but it's actually pretty funny. We'll get to that another time. I was always into computers, technology, anything I could dig my head into and just learn, because I love to learn in general.
Okay.
So when I found out about crypto, it was actually a long time ago, but I actually dug in about 2016 and started mining, and then me loving to learn, I just started reading and just reading and reading and just.
What were you mining initially?
Litecoin.
Okay.
So did that, and then I'm still reading today. Like, there's just so much information, so much new text, so much new awesome stuff coming out, that it's just an endless cycle of information that you just dive into and just stay there forever. So yeah, that's how I got started.
Is it fair that the rest on the team can say the same, meaning that they were all, when you talk about volunteers, it just becomes organic to where all of a sudden you just start, engaging with someone and that person, I call it, I was just on for once, I was interviewed. I had this guy who has an interview that goes to a lot of younger people. So the very last question he asked me is, what advice would you give young people today, since you've been successful in business? And I thought about it for a second and I said, lead with your chin versus your hand out. And that just means, to put it in your team's terms, lean in, just start working without expectation of anything, just to contribute. And when you do that, you find magical good things happen in time.
Absolutely.
Right. Versus somebody coming to you and saying, hey, you guys got a pretty good thing going. What are you paying people to come do what you do there, Captain?
Yeah.
Right. Doesn't happen, right?
Exactly. I mean, literally, personally, I find that the best crewmates that we have are the people that run, the only crewmates we technically have are the ones that were like, how can I help the project? I specialize in XYZ. Like, for example, Dream Tim, who is one of the best marketers I've ever seen. We have Cax, who does amazing community support. All of us just, we're like, how can we help? We love this.
Yeah.
We feel like we belong here. And we love working with everybody. How can we contribute? And then we just get sucked in, like I did,
Yeah.
We just want to do it and just have fun doing it. It's like one big family.
No,
That's one of the coolest things about it.
I can totally get that and relate to that. It's all for one and we're the one. It's everybody has each other's backs. But just being a business guy, I have a pragmatic question. So that's all fun, fine, and dandy. But then how do you earn a living? I mean, how do you make money doing that? I mean, is there now any kind of infrastructure within, or is it just that you mine some coins early and you already have skin in the game, and it's in your best interest for these coins to, go to 20, 30, $100?
To be honest, pretty much all of us have day jobs,
Okay.
Like I'm an engineer by day.
Okay.
So,
That's great.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So,
And the reason why I'm excited about that is there's hope, because there's a lot of us out here who love this world of crypto, who would love to get involved. And that kind of takes away one of the barriers in my mind. It's like, oh, okay, so you could get involved with a project just and everybody would kind of get that. Hey guys, I just have to take care of my day job first. Once I do that, I'm all in after hours. But that's how it works. Yeah.
oh yeah, exactly. I mean, there's times where I don't like using myself as an example, just because I don't recommend anybody do this. Basically, I have my day job, I have my family, I have the BPSAA, I have Pirate, I have my side project that I'm advising, Nightlife Crypto. I have a data center that I help manage. I have physicalcryptocoins.com that I still
Right.
run. So it's just so much. I'm spread out so much, but I had to kind of pull focus from certain things like my store and a couple other things, so I can focus more on Pirate and the 3-4 projects that I'm part of. Right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously that's like an extreme, but if you have a day job and you want to help out, or you want to just dive in, dude, just allocate a little bit of time here and there. You don't have to be here like a full-time job. We don't expect that from anybody.
Well, what if somebody was interested and really loved Pirate and Arrr and has a certain expertise? I mean, how would they even go about knowing if they could add value to your team?
Yeah, they can just talk to us. I mean, I answer just about every single DM that comes my way.
Where's the best place to DM you?
Discord.
Okay.
So Telegram I check relatively often, but not often enough as Discord.
Okay, so where do people find Discord? Is it just Pirate Chain or what?
Yeah, if you go to Pirate.Black, you'll see like a massive list of everywhere that we're at, and just click on Discord and you'll come right in.
Okay. Who did your website? It's very cool.
Oh, that major props to Dream Tim with the support of Webworker and a couple other people. Like Cax threw in some support when it comes to
Good job,
support
guys.
questions, things like that. But Dream Tim was the man. Like, he was amazing. He put that pretty much everything to him by himself.
How long did that take him? I'm curious.
Oh, that took quite a while.
Yeah.
It took quite a while, but it was actually a lot shorter than I expected, to be honest. So,
but when you go to it, it just it feels secure. It gives off an energy. I know I sound crazy, but it gives off an energy that you just want to participate. It like, boosts your testosterone a little, even if you're a woman, I think. And I don't self-identify as a woman. I just want to make that very clear.
when I look at it, I'm proud of being a part of this project.
Yes. And that's why I am dead serious on putting together this privacy conference. And it sounds to me like the BPSAA, there's good reason for lots of different companies to be able to meet in one place. I would say if we can pull it off, but I don't talk that way. I talk when we pull it off. But so everybody out there, drop it in the comments. When we're able to pull this off, does Tampa seem like a good destination to you? Late January, to come hang out with some other pirates, board a ship and storm Tampa Bay and take it over? Just let us know. And we'll start taking a pulse. But we're going to put up a page with Huckleberry Finn's raft, and we're going to see if, here's an idea.
Yeah.
Is this possible? Is this possible? If we put a big ass hairy goal up, and let's just say I'm throwing a number out. Let's just say it's $200,000. All right, to be able to rent a big ass ship that's captained and would hold 100 people and food, beverage, whatever. Let's just say it's $200,000, and people can send any coin that they want to support this. Hopefully, Arrr, their favorite privacy coin, but any privacy coin, and then we keep a running tally where people can see it. And if we get to the point to where we say, guys, we're at a decision-making point, I don't think we're going to get there. Can everybody get their money back?
Oh yeah, I mean, just like for example with Pirate Chain, you know the address that was sent that sent funds to you, and you can see that transaction, so you can send it right back to that same address.
See, I think that would help build the community so much to where we have a single goal that's fun in mind.
Oh yeah.
And can you imagine, the celebration? Imagine how Telegram Discord would blow up when all of a sudden we change the graphic of Huckleberry Finn's, raft to a 38-foot cruiser's yacht. We have enough that we could rent that, and then obviously that goes to the next one and the next one. And then we get bigger and bigger and bigger. But so it just becomes fun. And I think that people embrace fun. And after the last, year and a half that we have all had, I think we're deserving of fun.
Everyone needs a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays,
And just living here for, most of my adult life, I will tell you that just think Mardi Gras on the water, except without the smell of piss in the streets, because the water, it dissipates,
The ocean's too big. Yeah, exactly.
The ocean's too big. But I'm telling you, it would be the event of a lifetime. We would all have a blast. And I hope that is where I'm raising my hand saying I would like to lead in with my chin versus my handout. It's just all I want to do is support, you guys. And I know that everybody is so passionate now through the shitcoin trials. We talk about the utility and purpose. What would your quick answer be to what problem does it solve?
It solves the fungibility problem that Bitcoin has. And on top of that, it's basically a true digital version of cash, even more private cash than physical cash, because cash has serial numbers. Our chain doesn't.
So when you talk about fungibility, again, this is a newbie channel, that does kind of go over our heads.
Yep.
Tell us about fungibility.
Fungibility is basically making sure that each coin is equal in its divisibility, in its value, and its information. For example, like with Bitcoin, how you talked about tainted coins.
Yeah.
And how, you can receive tainted coins from several transactions back. It was some nefarious person or doing illegal things with that Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And now you have some of that Bitcoin. And the analogy for that would be like having cash with traces of cocaine on it, right?
Okay. That's about every dollar bill.
Yeah. So with Pirate Chain, you don't have any of that because you don't know where any coin has been. Like the only thing you see, right, is what was sent to you and what you sent out. That's it. So it's like you're in a straight line where you can just kind of look behind you and in front of you, and you only see one guy behind and one guy in front of you, and that's it. By
the way, I want to give a big shout out. This T-shirt, Nathan Stoltman, of the and Katie, his wife, of truthclothing.io. And if you go to LTV Crypto, that's Nathan's channel, and he's pivoted to crypto there, and he does a great job there. But they sent me the shirt, and I just think the design is awesome. And if you're a pirate and you want one, I wore this when I met Raphael, and I'm telling you, when I walked around, a lot of people were staring at the shirt. just really intrigued. So truthclothing.io. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Shout out to my tattoo artist too for my pirate chain tattoo. So.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Put that up there a little more. Let's see. Let us see it. Let the people see it. No, there you go. Oh, good. That's nice. That's nice. And your wife was in full support, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely she was. So
man, she needs to come down and be on that ship too, because yeah, she's an awesome pirate too.
She said eventually she'll get one as well. So
okay,
I'm looking forward to that.
I like that. I like that. You get R to $1,000 a coin. I'll get a pirate right on my forehead right here. All right, guys.
I'll hold you to that.
Okay. Somebody better make this a what the hell do they call those NFTs? Make that an NFT. So okay, now you've already talked about the team. Marketing and adoption. How are you going about the marketing and adoption?
Well, marketing and adoption, we're marketing ourselves as the most private crypto in existence. We're doing tons and tons of different events. We were at the shitcoin event in Miami. So it was me, Benny, and then some of the people that went with us. We had a model there. We had a photographer, V, who was awesome. We got a video about that coming out sometime real soon, probably this week. We were at the Bitcoin event. We were at the other event that was earlier actually it was late May, I believe, in Miami as well. I'll be at Pork Fest up in New Hampshire with Benny Lutz and a couple other people. And we're doing just tons and tons of events, getting the word out there and everything like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Uncle V here. I'm putting on my day job business hat again. I heard you earlier talk about you having a day job and you being able to lean into the project as a volunteer.
Yep.
Now I hear all of these places that you go, and I know, as does everyone watching, these conferences aren't free and the travel and everything isn't free. How are you guys able to support being able to get the word out? Does it come from I have no idea how your business model works or how a coin's business model works. Is there budget built in, or is it from the community that we need to support you?
It's community and private donations. And the past couple events, basically we're fully sponsored by Lutz, who is extremely generous with throwing up the money for that stuff.
Thank you, Lutz.
Yeah, huge shout out to Lutz. He's been amazing in everything that he does. And then we have a private donor for an event that is basically sponsoring us for an event in South Dakota, I believe. It's Freedom Fest.
Okay.
We'll be attending there, or I might not be able to go, but I know that Benny, I believe Lutz is going to go, and several other people as well. So we're basically attending as many events as possible. And so with certain things like that, in most cases, yeah, we would either personally donate or just fundraise through the community if we don't have the
so if we're going to put some effort into creating a page where people can donate for the pirate invasion, how about being able to detail the different projects that you'd like to be able to go to and give people a vote if they'd like to support more than just a pirate evasion that's 9 months out? I mean, there are people like me that appreciate you so much, I know, who I'd be happy to be able to donate a little in R. It would make me feel really good. It's just, because I know that the more successful you and your team are is my investment in the coins is going to go up. And that's what this is all about. So I wouldn't look at it as an expense. I would look at it as a personal investment. Yeah. The more that we can help you, the more we can get exposure. I'm telling you, it's just the better when you go to your favorite app, Blockfolio or whatever, it's nice to see when R is heading that direction. So let's help make that happen. So
we have a donations page. We just got to add it to the page.
Oh, you have a donations page already. for each event specifically?
Well, I forget what's currently on there, but when we do have events come up and things like that that we need to fundraise for, then we throw it up on there. We tweet out the link and things like that. So.
All right, let me. I'm not a huge channel, but pretty much everyone who is a subscriber, I think, is a pirate. And at any point in time, that if you have something coming up and you need to do a little a pep rally or whatever to talk about it, you just let me know and we can do a show like this to talk about it, to talk about what the conference is all about and what you hope to achieve. And so that, you just don't put up a donation page and hope and pray. I mean, sometimes you got to let people know about it.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. So all in. I know we only have you for an hour, so it's an hour, and I want to be true to that. So thank you very much for leaning in and all that you've done and answering the questions that you have. One of the last questions that I have on here is, to talk about your community, and I don't have to even ask you that question because I'm part of the community, and the community is just awesome. And
one of the best I've ever been a part of. Hands down.
Yeah. And I just love it. What I want everybody who listens to this to please do, let's work really hard to control tribalism, and it should be both and, not either or. And if you are about privacy, man, we're all in the same camp. We're not voting anybody off the island. And
we're all fighting for the same thing.
We're fighting for the same thing. And I think rightly working together, there's my favorite equation, which 1 + 1 + 1 = 111, not 3, 111. And that's where I'd like this whole privacy incubator, if you will, to go. So, man, you're awesome. Your team is awesome. Really appreciate you. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Sorry, I haven't been able to pay attention to it, but I am going to copy and paste and read it all. Anything, Draeth, Captain Draeth, that you'd like to add or share with anybody before you leave?
Yeah, check us out at our website, Pirate.Black. Join our community on Telegram, Discord, and even Facebook, things like that, and just interact with us. You can even message me, and I'll be sure to respond. It may not be right away because, as you know, I'm super busy, but
yep,
I'll definitely respond because the community is one of the most important things any project can have, and we have, and I'm damn sure about this, the best community in crypto. Everyone is just absolutely amazing. So.
I affirm that. I do. So everybody here watching, you guys are awesome. So, all right, man, go to it. Go get that tattoo wherever your wife wants to put it.
Definitely, man.
All right.